I mean, yins all saw the game. You guys saw my stream for as long as I could keep it up before I had to mercifully end it, before I needed to take care of something. I'm back now. And I am just as bewildered and just as speechless as in, well, maybe not even that, because if you've been a Steeler fan for as long as I have, you would know that this game would not surprise you. It pisses you off, it upsets you, but at the end of the day, you're not surprised by it one bit. Mac, and I'm back. This is my post-game recap. I mean, there's nothing else to reiterate. I sat down here for as long as I feasibly could before I needed to go out, and I'm back now. You guys saw... The thing is, I know you're expecting me to yell, and I know you're expecting me to rage in this video. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do it. Because I pretty much let everything that I needed to get out in that stream. This team does not deserve my passion. They do not deserve my energy. And yet, most Sundays, I ain't going to say every single Sunday and every single week, because there's some times where I do have to miss games. But yet, most weekends of the week, for 18 weeks a year, I sit down here and I get energetic and I get mad. Why? Why do I do it? They don't care. You lose to a 2-10 team. They're now 3-10. Their first road win in God knows how long. And you drop it to them. Vintage Mike Tomlin. I mean, getting blown out by the 49ers, whatever, it was a terrible loss. The 49ers are a Super Bowl contender, okay? They went into Philly and they just mollywopped Philly today, all right? Losing to the Browns, whatever. Cleveland is good, but they're not terrible, but they're certainly not great. Jacksonville, losing to them, they're a solid team. If you want to say Houston, at the time they were under 500, I get it, but at least the Texans are a good team now, and they're in the playoff picture. At least they're in the hunt. This team was 2-10. And you let them come into your stadium and just absolutely dominate you. And on top of that, you played like crap yourselves. And you did. You would think the Steelers were the 2-10 team coming into this one. And it all started with the opening drive, which looking on it, you look at it, oh, big chunk play to George Pickens from Kenny Pickett. Oh, nice run by Najee Harris there. Oh, the play calling looks good. You know, we might be in for a nice offensive day today. How little you knew what shitstorm was going to come on here. And quite literally a storm, because we had more frickin' weather delays in this game today than we had touchdowns. That is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Because on that first drive, it seemed like the Steelers were going to punch Arizona right in the mouth early on, get a touchdown, and then Kenny Pickett, who is, I'm just saying it, Kenny Pickett is soft. He got hurt again in the game today, late in the game. He's most likely not going to play Thursday night, so we have to survive Mitch Trubisky, the trash can, for Thursday night, who didn't make a lick of a difference in this game. And no, if Kenny Pickett continued to play, and if he was healthy enough in this game, I don't think it would have mattered, because Kenny Pickett is soft. He is made of tissue paper. This is what, his fourth injury since last year? He just doesn't have it. You know? I really wanted to sit down here and give Kenny Pickett another chance. But after him getting hurt again today, bye-bye, bro. It's over. I'm officially done with him. I really am done with the guy. He's too injury prone. He can't last in the NFL. It's over. But He gets the ball whacked out of his hands for an incomplete pass. Settle for a field goal, 3-0. And it's like, you know what? Whatever. I wanted a touchdown on that drive because it was a really good drive. It was disappointing the way it ended. I just wanted a touchdown there, but at least 3 points is something. 3 points is pretty much all we got for the rest of the game. James Conner, one of our former guys, absolutely dominated us today. Trey McBride absolutely dominated us today with Minkah in this game, mind you. Minkah Fitzpatrick was in this game. And he absolutely tore us up a new one. Only, one sack on Kyler Murray today by Alex Highsmith. Defense was non-existent. First time that we've given up more than 21 points in 9 weeks. I mean, everything possible that you can imagine went wrong for us today went wrong. And I don't know how Mike Tomlin can sit back, look at himself in the mirror, stare that media in the face and say they gave it their all today. No, Mike, you didn't give it your all today. You are in a position this week alone where the Baltimore Ravens, who now have, a 2-game lead in the AFC North, had their bye week this week. The Cleveland Browns were starting Joe fucking Flacco in LA today against the Rams. And the Bengals play tomorrow night. You have a chance going up against a team that was 2-10 going into this game to put some pressure on the Ravens. And this is the way that you prep up. This is the way that you get your team mentally prepared for a game. There was a point where the Steelers had to waste a timeout because they couldn't get their right tackle on the field in time. With Chooks is just absolute garbage. Why you even consider bringing him out in the game is beyond me. Mason Cole is garbage. We need a real center. I would take whatever draft capital that you can get in the offseason because Lord knows we need a center going into the next year. Mason Cole ain't cutting it. You're gone, bro. Get the hell out of Pittsburgh. 2 bad snaps by Mason Cole today. One of them for a fumble, lost by Mitch Trubisky, picked up by the Cardinals to allow James Conner to score a touchdown. Mental mistakes. The late hits. A late hit on Landon Roberts, who got taken out in this game with an injury. A late unnecessary roughness hit on a kick on a punt. Holding calls on DeMonte Kazee. Bad snaps at the ankles. I mean, this is how Mike Tomlin prepares for bad teams. I am terrified to co-stream this game Thursday night on my 28th birthday with my buddy Bobby Beantown. Because we're looking at a matchup to where it's potentially Bailey Zappi versus Mitch Trubisky on Thursday Night Football. And B, this offense is just so bad. And no, Matt Canada was not the whole problem. I flaunted that dead horse so many times last week. I kept saying, Matt Canada's gone. He's just the first domino to fall in this team bettering themselves. He's just the first domino. What you people have to understand about Matt Canada is this. He was not a bright side within the problem. He was a part of the problem. Kenny Pickett, a.k.a. our quarterback situation, is a train wreck. And for God's sake, give Mason Rudolph his opportunity Thursday night. He literally cannot do worse than Mitch Trubisky. Because I am done with Kenny Pickett. He's soft. He's scared. He does not take risks down the field. Okay? Well, actually, he does. He's just really inconsistent with it. If he was more consistent with it, I wouldn't be as hard on him as I am. But more often than not, it's check down after check down after quick pass after short screen. You could say whatever you want about Kenny Pickett. At the end of the day, the one thing that you cannot deny about this guy, his decision making blows. It really does. And there was more of it today, which pretty much, in my opinion, led to his injury. You know, it really did. He just doesn't have it. It's looking more and more obvious that the only reason that we drafted this guy, and he's even a first-round pick anyway, is because he went to Pitt. And it's because Mike Tomlin wanted him to be the guy so bad because of his experience of playing at Heinz Field. That's the only reason. If there is anything to like about today's game, it's the run game. Jaylen Warren continuing to light it up on the ground, and more points being left off the board again. And you know where I'm going with this. The worst play call of the game. It is at the goal line. You just pass it off to Pat Freiermuth on a tight end screen to set up 1st and goal. That, to my knowledge, that was the only target that Muth had the entire game. What happened to targeting him? What happened to utilizing your tight ends? That's what won you the Bengal game last week. Why aren't you doing it now against the 31st ranked pass defense? Anyway, you get down to the goal line. You run it on 4 straight plays. And then the 4th and final one, I agree with the aggression. I agree with going for it on 4th and goal. You want to have a lead at halftime because Arizona gets the ball to start the second half. So I agree with going for it on 4th and goal, absolutely. But you have a guy named Jaylen Warren who is by far and away your best running back on the team, your best asset on the team, who always gets positive yardage on the ground, and you run it with Najee Harris, who was a feel-good story from last week. I just don't understand it. And it's not like Jaylen wasn't incapable of picking up 1 yard. Because after that, he was picking up 5-yard gains and 4-yard gains on the ground. Just run the damn ball with him at the goal line, man. For real. Faulkner, you're a fucking running back coach. And you can't see the clear difference between Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris, the types of runners that they are. Run it with Jaylen at the goal line, bro. And no, these two are not the long-term answers at OC. I even said that last week if you tuned into my streams and my videos. These two are interims for a reason. At the end of the season, I want these two back at their respective positions, go outside the organization, get a real offensive coordinator calling the shots. Tomlin, get out of here. For real. This is the umpteenth time that you've dropped a game like this. The Raider game in 2018, the Bears game in 2017, the Chiefs game in both Ravens games in 2015, the Buccaneer game in 2013, the Raider game in 2013, the Raider game in 2012. The Chiefs and Raiders game in 2009. You want me to keep going on? You get the picture. It's a Tomlin tradition. Almost every year, the Steelers have a bad game like this. And while it pisses me off, while I never don't expect it, it never ceases to not surprise me because this is what they do. By far the worst performance we've had all season. And that's including week 1 against San Francisco. That's including the Texans game. At least the 49ers and Texans are good teams this year. You had no business dropping this game whatsoever. And I don't know how you recover from it. You guys all know how you see how CBS or Fox or NBC or whatever, football, Good Morning Football, whatever you do, how they keep posting the playoff standings, and you just always see the Steelers on there. Take them out of the playoff picture. This team does not deserve to be in the playoff hunt. This team does not deserve to be in the playoffs. You went all in the offseason to make all these moves, put in all these new faces, and now you can't even beat a team who is tanking. You can't even beat a team who is a bottom 2 team in the league. And now you got to play the Patriots Thursday night. You're undermanned. Landon Roberts out for the game. Kenny Pickett out for the game. And my question for Tomlin, when TJ Watt got hurt in the game and he was clearly in pain, why in the blue hell would you put him back on the field knowing he's hurt? It's like you're trying to lose. And Deontay Johnson's a bitch. I'm sorry. Oh, look at me. I caught a pass. You know, our team's down double digits, but I caught a pass. Fuck you. You're a scrub. What the hell are you dancing around for? You're down 14 points to a 2-win team. You're a bitch, bro. Like, if you're winning, okay, fine, whatever. What the hell are you dancing for when you're losing? Unbelievable how bad this team was today. And there's no time to feel sorry for them because they got to play in 96 hours against a team that's 2-11. They might be 3-11 by the end of Thursday night. Wow, man. I mean, I just don't know what else to say. By far the worst performance we've had all season. By far and away. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm actually kind of glad I had to end the stream early today because it seems like I didn't miss anything. To my buddies, thank you. Thank you for giving me a nice night out. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. This is Mac, checking on out for the day. I'm gone.